What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Fantasy Feud. We are talking another MVP candidate and Jonathan Taylor, not your traditional quarterback. He is a running back. And before I give things over to Paul, I just want to throw a quick stat out there that I thought was really interesting that I came up with and found. Jonathan Taylor at this point in the season already has 1,600 plus yards, and he has 290 carries. If you were to give him Derrick Henry type load carries of 400 yards, that pretty much adds an extra 550 yards onto his total. And through 15 games this season, he would have a high 2,100 yards through 15 games.
Wow.
That is how incredible Jonathan Taylor has been this season.
Wow.
And that is why he is the number 2 MVP candidate by Vegas odds right now. I just thought it was crazy. I'm going to give things over to Paul so he can tell you more about his incredible ridiculousness this year.
Wow.
That's wild to me. I mean, as it is right now, without King Henry in the picture, his 297 attempts is first in the league. 1,626 yards is first in the league. His 17 rushing touchdowns is also first in the league. He's averaging 5.5 yards a carry, which is, I think, like fifth. But that's still incredible. The season he's producing is almost like you said, on par with what we've seen out of Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry is a completely different animal than we've almost ever seen in the NFL. When it comes down to his total production, which adds in another 336 yards through the air, he has 1,962 total yards, which is 35% of Indianapolis Colts' entire offensive yardage this year at 5,572 yards. That's phenomenal for one player to basically be able to carry this team for the run that they're on right now, making their way to the playoffs. The early, I guess, struggles that they had, Carson Wentz going down a couple times, them losing players to COVID. Jonathan Taylor has done nothing but put this team on his back and just run with it. Now, I know a lot of his yardage comes from he might get that one big run a game. In prior to last week, having 0 touchdowns, had a touchdown in 11 straight games. Like I said, we're seeing things that we've only seen from one other running back, and that's Derrick Henry. I want to kind of asterisk that with obviously with Derrick Henry crossing the 2,000-yard record last year, and I think becoming the highest in the league ever. He still didn't win MVP, and that's the only downfall that I see with Jonathan Taylor. As great of a season as he's having, I just don't think he's close enough to any record-breaking stats, which is what Mason brought to my attention. Like Stone said, he's still a couple hundred yards away from the all-time record. 28 rushing touchdowns is the all-time record in a single season. He has 17. That's amazing, but it's not close.
Yeah.
So as much as I want to make the case for him being MVP, it's just hard in the league that we're in today where it's so quarterback driven. But I love that he's up here, and I think he is legitimately the number 2 option for MVP right now.
He
Let's
is
go.
truly an MVP because he is having the most efficient season that we've ever seen out of a running back, in my opinion. The yards per carry, the touchdowns, the receiving, everything he's put together, it's the most efficient season I think I've ever seen from a running back in my days of watching
That's
football.
crazy.
Yeah, absolutely
Crazy.
insane. If you guys enjoyed the video, like it, comment down below if you think JT's an MVP, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this each and every single day. But I'm going to give things over to Mason, and he's going to break us out of here.
Fantasy Few out, baby. Let's go.